Okay, guys, so great competition year for you guys so far. Max has been traveling all over the country wrestling. What are the events that you've hit so far with Max and Westshore?
We've hit preseason nationals, freak show. We've been in Myrtle Beach a couple of times. I don't know the name of the term. Tyrant duels, defense soap duels here, Powerade. Max just won the Powerade. That was pretty good. So we've been probably about 8 different states.
So you guys are traveling and you're still, promoting the product when you go to a lot of these. You set a booth up at some of the places. Are there places where you just go and coach?
Yeah. Powerade, we didn't have a table. We just went and coached there. So.
But like Tyrant duels and all those ones.
Tyrant, we didn't eat there either. Like Freak Show, we have a table because our connection with Roger Chandler. Then Tulsa, kickoff, all that, we have a table.
No table at defensive duels, though. I did notice that. I think that the tournament speaks for itself.
Yeah, we're a little busy. It's only 12 teams, too, so it really doesn't make sense to set up a table for 12 teams.
What is, when you guys are getting in this and you're expanding product, you're coaching, how do you juggle all this? We talk about this constantly. With a pandemic, business is crazy. How are you able to juggle everything?
It's easy, though. I just kind of max wrestles and tournaments that we work at, so it's pretty easy.
So if you look at the pandemic, what has it done to business for Defense Soap?
It's kind of turned everything upside down. It made us a better company because we had to tackle supply chain issues, get out in front of that. So we're pretty solid there now. We didn't have a huge spike in October, November like we normally do because of the delayed start of the seasons. But we're seeing higher margins deep into January and February when we're already starting to taper down. We're still going pretty solid. So it's just a different complexion and everything.
How is the wrestling room served here? There were weigh-ins for the Defense Soap duels. Obviously, you're doing some workouts here, but you keep them small. Everything's, usually within the compliance. But how are workouts going in your wrestling room?
They're going good. Obviously, I haven't been able to market that room like I wanted to market that room, but I just got off the phone with Lin yesterday. He'll be here April 25th, the first Monday after the Tournament Championships, either April 25th or 26th. He's going to do Intro to Greco for the kids. It'll be free. So we're about a year behind what we wanted to do with that room, but it's going to start April 26th with U.S. team coach Matt Lindland.
So the U.S. national coach for Greco will be here. Matt Lindland's insane. One of my favorite guys ever. Fights anyone, anywhere on the planet. He'll be coming here. Where do you go from there with the wrestling room here after Matt Lindland kind of does the...
I have some things with the OAC. They're going to be announcing it. They may have announced it already. They're going to do a true Team Ohio. All right, it's a really cool concept. You have to place in the OAC states. And then when you get placed in the OAC states, you get invited to 3 mini camps. The 3 mini camps, from there we'll have a tournament where you challenge for the team. There's a lot of people try to do a Team Ohio over the years, and always turns into a mess. We're doing it off of your placement at OACs and then through the mini camps. One of the mini camps will be here. One of the mini camps will be down by Josh. Barbarian Apparel has room for one of the mini camps. I'm not sure where the third will be, but I'm thinking of reaching out to Colot, bringing Colot in for my mini camp up here. So it'll be pretty good. When
does the expansion start for Defense Soap? You're going to grow by 5 to 10 and over the next 3 to 4 years. When does expansion?
Hopefully, we have a line review with Target next week or the week after that. If that goes well, then by September we'll be in Target. We have a few other ones on the table right now, but Target's the actual first official line review that we'll be going through.
Every time I come here, there's something new. You guys are doing the bestseller. Can you grab one of these bestsellers and walk me through it real quick?
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool.
It's what Charlie puts together. I mean, the guys do this stuff without me. They just come and say, this is what we're doing. But it's a box of our best-selling soaps, our 3 top-selling bars, and then some travel gels, and then some wipes, little wipes. So it's kind of like...
3 bars, too, right? You got
3 bars. 2
the original, right?
Yeah, and then 2 little... None of the medicated stuff. This is just all of our holistic, the original line, basically. And it's a good way to get people introduced to the brand, but it's also what people like. So we put it all in one box, and Charlie does all this marketing stuff for me. we'll see how these go. Let's throw them on the website and see if they move.
What is it like to have confidence in your employees like that?
I mean, I have a great team, but we build great culture. Same as the way we coach is the same way we run business. When Charlie first came here, it's like, what am I supposed to do? You never tell me what I'm supposed to do. I'm like, well, that's your job to figure out what you're supposed to do, and that's what he's fallen into, what he's good at, and he does a good job at it.
Keeping the wrestling room unchanged, untouched, no tow motors, no nothing in there.
Yeah,
tow motor don't fit.
No, it doesn't fit.
On purpose. Tow motor don't fit.
It's actually a mistake, but I just say it's on purpose.
But okay, where do you go with expansion here? You have a couple acres here, right?
Yeah, I got 5 here.
You got 5 here. You got room to grow.
I could put 2 more buildings on the back of this one.
Is that what's eventually probably going to happen?
We'll see. Right now, we're turning inventory pretty quick. I mean, we're bringing in 70 skids at a time, and we're able to get them back out without being. I mean, Gus will complain about it because he's a warehouse manager, and I tell him he got make room for 26 more pallets, and he's like, I don't have a. We're always going through that, but we're turning it pretty quick.
Okay, you guys got state duels coming up. St. Edward just won the state duels. You're pretty adamant about winning a sweep for the state duels. You want it. You didn't get it last year. Palmer beat you.
Yeah, and I don't want to go into cry over spilled grapes, but I would coach that tournament a little differently if I knew the way they were doing things. But this year we're actually running it for OAC. OAC has a lot on their plate with assigned seating and all kinds of stuff at Cavelli. They were gonna kill the tournament this year or suspend it till next year. This one of my, I feel like Iowa. I'm like, I got to wrestle this year. I can't let this year go. These kids will be gone. So I'm like, yeah, we'll run it for you. So I have a every 4 or 5 years, you just end up with one of those teams. And that's one of those teams I have this year. And they're all going on to St. Ed's next year. I want that sweep. I want people to know how solid St. Ed's is going to be for the next 8 years because I'm just as tough with the little guys right below them. So it'll be interesting.
Besides that, is there anything between here and there you guys are doing? Whether it's Westshore, whether it's defense, flying to New York City and dealing with executives, anything like that?
Well, we had divisional states this week, which is 4 max. I got a 35 kids total wrestling in divisional states, I think. And then after that, we're going to run over to Lock Haven, visit Scott Moore, wrestle a tournament over there. And then come back for the state duels. And then right after that, we'll be getting ready for OACs.
Jeez, that beats, it never ends.
And then Reno, and then Tournament of Champions, and then Lin will be in here. So we got a lot of...
Hopefully Kevin Roberts, my guy out in Washington, I'm going to try and get him in here.
Okay.
I like that. I think that's a good idea. We'll see. But him and Linlin are buddies, actually. So
oh, cool.
You can talk to Linlin.
So I think Linlin, I'm going to have him in here. He's going to do like a 6 to 8 at night clinic, and then we'll probably do walleye fishing in the morning, and then run out and depends what time his flight gets in. We'll go fishing in the morning and then do the clinic, so that'll be fun.
So Colette, when Colette comes here, is that something we'll have access to? Something where we could see Colette
absolutely.
here running the clinic?
I had Kerry in a couple years ago. I haven't talked to him yet, but he's really receptive to coming in. He likes, meeting kids and getting it done. He's a good guy, so I don't anticipate that being a challenge. Getting him here, obviously, it just depends on schedules.
Okay. And Navy's not bad this year, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, well, Kerry's a pretty good guy.
He's a pretty good coach.
Yeah.
All right, anything else?
Well, we're excited that we were able to help with the junior high states. We're helping with the D3 nationals, and we're with National High School Wrestling Coaches Association. We're in with them. We're going to donate all the cleaning products to help make sure that tournament's successful. So we're trying to do our best to just keep wrestling going.
Yeah, I mean, at D3, what a travesty, right? Yeah. And you guys stepped up. People stepped up.
Yeah, we stepped up with a couple different. We threw an offer out with a couple different organizations, and it ended up being them NWCA, that National Wrestling Coaches Association, that Mike Moyer's group that picked it up. There's a lot of alphabet companies out there. I mix them all up. But NWCA picked it up, and we're partners with them, and we said we would do that, partner with them on that as well.
Does giving ever get old, man? Everyone's always got their hand out for you, always asking.
Well, I mean, we actually offered money to help get the tournament going, but if we don't have wrestling, then we don't have a business. So you got to give. You got to give back, or else you can't just take. You got to give back. And then on top of that, we're still writing a protocol for the Olympics. So as soon as we get through this chunk, we got to knock off that Olympic protocol, which will be important. We got to give a lot of effort to that. So that'll be good.
Tokyo, you going?
I don't think we're going. We were going to go, but it looks like we're not going.
All right. Yeah, I heard it's going to be crazy.
We were going last before they canceled it. We had our tickets and everything, but we won't be. Not right now. Maybe
in Florida. Might end up in Florida. Did you see that?
No,
Florida offered to take it if Tokyo couldn't do it.
Well, I'm going to be in Key West in about April 29th, right after the season. That's where I'm going to be.
All right. You got anything else for me?
No. Defend what you built. Doing a good job keeping wrestling out there. Keep it up.
All right. Thank you for the time. I will be defending what I built. We're going to give some OWs, some boxes, some bestseller boxes. Thanks for the time, guy.
Yep. Thanks, Eb.